Do you think you were that much better than them?
Don't matter. We're doing what we need to do.
I know. Don't matter. It's not like we're 11 in the pub.
It is.
I don't know what you'd be doing in the pub at 11, but still. Where's the game won and lost, do you think, Benny?
I think Arsenal played well. They scored goals at the right time. Of course, Liverpool fans will talk about the handball. And even the penalty's soft. You have to say on Gabriel Jesus soft.
When you say soft, do you mean not a penalty?
Probably, but you take it.
Did you clip him?
Listen, there was contact, but I've said this before on so many different occasions.
Yeah.
Not every contact in the box is a penalty. Do you know what I mean? We've seen some farcical decisions,
that's
but
a fair point.
The handball as well. If they'd have given it, I'd have probably gone, okay, fair enough. If they hadn't, I thought that was quite good. Because you've got to take into account the distance the ball's travelled. Like, what can he do? He's a yard away. But no, listen, Arsenal scored after 58 seconds. That always gives you any leg up in any game.
Yeah.
The atmosphere lifted up after that. And then I thought when Liverpool got the equaliser, and by the way, Darwin
Which
Núñez,
one? The first one?
The first one.
Yeah.
He is so sharp. I know he runs offside a lot, but he is sharp.
Amazing.
Like his movement. When he scored the goal, and then Liverpool, at the end of the first half, Liverpool were on top, moving the ball really well. I'm thinking, they kept playing this little diagonal ball over Gabriel's head, and it was like, kept getting in. Then obviously Diaz got himself injured. Trent.
That was a big difference.
That was a big difference. Trent obviously got himself injured. But I was thinking, I looked at the clock and I thought, you know what? If Arsenal can get in at half-time, 1-1, good result, because they've been coming out second halves quite fast. Then they got the goal. That just gave everyone a massive lift. Going in at half-time, give them that opportunity. Then Firmino, who came on, was brilliant. But Arsenal stuck to their guns, didn't react, didn't go wobbly when they conceded the equaliser. And listen, I think 3-2 was probably a fair result. I did say 3-1 last week, but it's 3-2.
I want to talk about both sets of clubs here, actually, and you can do the same by picking up the phone 03717223334. Let's start with your side, Arsenal. The average age, I don't know if you saw this, I think it was in the papers, the average age of Arsenal's side in the Premier League, they're second. The average age is 24 years old and 186 days. Arsenal are 18th on that table, 27. Right? Now, obviously, you've got players in Liverpool squad and then their team, Milner, and you've got Henderson, of course, they push the age up. Do you see that as a thing? Because 27 is not old, is it? It's in your pomp. No. But Arsenal's is just particularly young. So can we read anything into that?
I don't know if you can, but it's about where, I guess, the areas of the pitch where you've got the age. Let's see, 27 is nothing. I believe 27. If you start pushing 32s, 33s, and you're playing centre midfield, which I get, it doesn't matter how you look at it, you could be the fittest person in the world. Like Milner is the fittest at Liverpool by some distance. But there's times it's about being sharp, bang, 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 repetitive sprints, getting after people, keep going. So I think it depends where the ages are on the pitch that do make a difference. Arsenal seem to be young across the board, don't they? Really young, with a little bit of experience in there as well. So they just look fresher. Like winning the ball back, I almost felt like Arsenal at times had more legs than Liverpool. That was one of Liverpool's strengths, by the way, is that you had to match them intensity. And it was like whenever you won the ball back from Liverpool, previous seasons, they get after, win the ball back within 5 seconds, and it was the intensity of Liverpool. It was so hard to play against them, but now they've come on a little bit away from that.
Would you do any? I don't know if you saw Jamie O'Hara, I think it was this morning, he was quite vocal about Trent's defenders, and he was a League One defender.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I wouldn't go that far either, but there's problems at the back for Liverpool, right? And in years gone by, we've talked about how unbelievable their back five has been. Goalkeeper, two centre-halves, of course, and the wing-backs have just been sublime. What's changed, do you think? Why all of a sudden? Is it because people have worked out how to get in behind them, or they've got worse?
But it's like no real team has a period where things just keep going onwards and upwards. It's fantastic. Everyone has a dip at some stage.
But this is more than a dip. Liverpool 10th now in the Premier League.
I get that, but you think about the last 4 years. Liverpool have been at it for 4 years. Only because Manchester City are as good as they are, that meant Liverpool haven't won more things. Then you've got to take into account last season. They played 63 games? 68 games? They played the most amount of games possible to play in a season.
Yeah.
So there's probably a little bit of fatigue there as well. But with the defending, Virgil van Dijk, who looks like he's been seamless for seasons, he's having a bit of a blip. And it always happens to everybody. I remember Rio Ferdinand, for me, the best defender. He had a little blip towards the end at Manchester United. He had the game against City where he tried to scoop it over Bellamy's head and he got burnt off. So I think it happens. I do think on Trent's side as well, he needs a little bit of help. Now, Salah's playing in front of him. Is he doing enough defensively?
What's happened to Salah?
I know.
This is a problem when you give someone a silly amount of money a week, right? When they're getting old.
No, it's not a problem. But again, Salah, since he's been here, has been absolutely...
since they've given him $400,000 a week.
Well, no, because he was at it before that.
Yeah, but something's not right with him now.
Yeah, but he's having a dip. He's still got a few goals this season, but he's just having a dip of a season. But he's somebody, I'd say, where if you look at Aubameyang, for instance, when he got the money from Arsenal, I felt like he just down tools. I think for Salah, he is still trying. Like, he's still trying to make things happen, but for whatever reason, it's not happening for him.
Okay, last two questions. I know people want to have their say. Question one is about your side, Arsenal. Get top 4 guaranteed?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, can they win it?
Yeah, they can win it. They're top at the minute. I don't think they will because Manchester City are juggernauts.
Liverpool, question marks on whether or not they'll get top 4?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah?
I mean, Arsenal are 14 points ahead of them.
Okay.
But Liverpool have got the squad to, compete and win games on the bounce.
Okay, 03717223344. Let's talk to a Liverpool fan first. Goes by the name of John. John, good afternoon.
Good evening, boys. Well, first of all, I'm not making excuses now. What they're going to say? Liverpool should have had a penalty with the handball from Gabriel. The second one, we should have had another penalty when Diaz was pushed in the box. The third one, we should have had another penalty when.
So John, you are making excuses then?
No. And anyway, what I was going to say also is that Saka was offside for the first goal. And also, I thought Núñez was the best player, and Liverpool needs 3 midfielders. I think we should go for Declan Rice, Bellingham, and Jamie Maddison in Jam.
Do you know what, John? That would be good. If you've got to spare 800 million then to spend in January, then probably
I think you're only
you get them. But remember,
right?
you've got to think as well quickly before you go to the next one. Like, I think Liverpool need to, in January, to get a midfield player in, and people talk about Bellingham. But why would Bellingham go to Liverpool, which is a huge club, that are in a transition period, rather than Real Madrid, who look like they're building for the next 10 years?
Yeah, or Man United.